Hello, myself Nemisha Goswami. You are welcome in lecture of spring or concentric spring. So first of all, we will see that what is need to use that this type of spring or concentric spring, and what is concentric spring. So concentric spring is combination of two spring in which one spring is used in outer one and another spring is used as a inner spring, right? So these are used to provide or to obtain greater force or maximum force when space is limited. And second application of this type of spring is these are also used to mechanism in event of failure of one spring. If one spring will be failed out, so another spring will come into action. So this is basically, these are two basic purpose of this type of springs. So these are basically, you can see that in diagram in front of your screen, diagram A and diagram B. So diagram A is that type of spring when springs are compressed equally. So these type of spring have application in basic automobile clutches. So these are used in clutch, in particular automobile engines. These are also used in heavy duty diesel engines, and these are also used in car, rail, road car suspension system, and valve spring in aircraft. So these are basic application of this type of spring. And second type of spring is used when shorter spring being to act only after longer spring is compressed to a certain amount. Mean shorter spring will come into action when outer or longer spring will compress up to certain limit. So this type of springs are used in basically governor. So these are used to control the variable speed and variable centrifugal force in particular range. So this is basically application of this spring. Now design of concentric spring. So design of concentric spring we will do in similar way after considering that if W is your axial load and W is acting axial load. So that load will be taken by the outer spring and inner spring. So we will use subscript 1 for outer spring and 2 for inner spring. Okay. So similarly, W1 is load shared by outer spring and W2 is load shared by inner spring. Similarly, small d1 and small d2 for wire diameter for outer and for inner respectively. Similarly, capital D, so capital D is your mean diameter. So mean diameter of a spring, so capital D1, capital D2. So mean diameter for outer and for inner spring respectively. Similarly, delta 1 and delta 2. So one deflection, delta is indicating your deflection. So delta 1 is used for deflection for outer spring and delta 2 is deflection for inner spring, and N1 and N2. So these are number of active coils for outer and inner spring respectively. So now how to design this condition, we consider before starting designing, we consider that both springs are made of same material. So if both springs are made of same material, so what will happen? So these will have the same shear stress. So shear stress is equal to tau 1 is equal to tau 2 for outer spring and for inner spring. Okay, so tau 1 for outer one and tau 2 for inner one. Okay, so what is value of tau 1? Shear stress. So shear stress is equal to AW dk divided by pi dk small dk power cube. So we will put here D1 for particular outer spring and D2 for inner spring. Okay, so after equating these two equations, after solving that, we consider that K1 is equal to K2 because K is your spring constant, so this is also depend on material. So both the springs are made of same material, so spring rate will be same or spring constant will be same for both materials. So capital K1 is equal to capital K2. So final equation will be W1 D1 capital D1 divided by D small d1 की power q is equal to W2 capital D2 divided by small d2 की power q. So this is your equation number 1. Similarly, we consider that if both spring will work with the same range, so what will happen? So After considering that both spring will work with the same range, so deflection will be equal. So delta 1 is equal to delta 2. So what is delta? Delta is equal to 8W mean coil diameter की power Q multiplied by active number of coil divided by wire diameter की power 4 divided by G. Okay, so we will put one subscript for outer spring and 2 for inner spring. So after solving this equation, finally we will get W1 capital D1 की power cube multiplied by active number of coils for outer spring divided by D1 की power 4 is equal to capital D2, sorry, W2 multiplied by capital D2 की power Q multiplied by N2 divided by D2 की power 4, small D2 की power 4 on wire coil diameter. So this is equation number 2. So we can solve it, or we will simplify this equation. So after simplifying this equation, equation number 2, okay, equation number 2. So this is final equation number 2. Next is your, we consider that if condition will be both the spring will compress until adjacent coil will meet to each other. So after obtaining this condition, so here length of spring is known as solid length, right? So solid length is equal to N1 into small d1 is equal to N2 into d2, right? So N1 d1 is here your solid length. So after putting this value N1 d1, so equation 2, I have told you we will simplify this equation 2. So we will multiply small d1 upper side and small d1 in denominator. Similarly, small d2 in numerator and small d2 in denominator. Okay, so here we will obtain this W1, and now N1 D1 is equal. So after solving this equation, W1 multiplied by D1 की power Q divided by D1 की power 5, because we have multiplied and divided N1, D1 in both upper side and lower side. So D1 की power 5 is equal to W2 multiplied by D2 की power Q divided by small d2 की power 5. So this is equation number 3. Now we will multiply equation number 3 by equation number 1. Okay. So this is your equation number 3 in front of your screen, and here you can see that equation number 1. Okay. So now we will divide equation number 3 by equation number 1. So what is basic fundamental to find or dividing equation? We have to find out spring index, and spring index is mean coil diameter of ratio of mean coil diameter of spring divided by wire diameter of spring. Okay, so after dividing equation number 3 by equation number 1, we will get that is capital D1 square divided by small d1 square is equal to capital D2 square divided by small d2 square. So after solving this equation, we will get capital mean coil diameter divided by wire diameter for outer spring is equal to mean coil, similarly capital D2 divided by small d2 for inner spring, right? So this constant is known as spring index. Okay, so spring index is mean coil diameter divided by wire diameter of spring. Similarly, so from this I have written here. This is equation number 4. So after considering from equation number 1 and 4, we have W1 divided by D1 square is equal to W2 divided by D2 square. So after solving this equation, axial load taken by outer spring divided by axial load taken by inner spring is equal to mean coil diameter of square of outer spring divided by mean coil diameter of inner spring. Okay, square. So this is relation. If W1 is given and D1, D2 is given, you have to find out W2. So you can find, or you can find any unknown parameter if other parameters are given. So this is indicated by equation number 5. Next is your radial clearance. So here you can see here a small c is indicating that radial clearance. So basically radial clearance you can see here out wire diameter small d1 minus small d2 divided by 2 gives your radial clearance. So we have to find out relation from this. So radial clearance also given by capital D1 divided by 2 minus capital D2 divided by 2 minus of small d1 plus small d2 divided by 2. So this is equal to radial clearance d1 minus d2 divided by 2. So after solving this equation, we will get capital D1 minus D2 divided by 2 is equal to D1. Okay. And we know capital D1 divided by small d1 is equal to spring constant. So after putting value of capital D1 is equal to C into D1 and capital D2 is equal to C into D2. Okay. So we will put these values in equation number 6. So after putting this value, we will get here final equation small d1 divided by small d2 is equal to capital C divided by capital C minus 2. So here capital C is your spring index, which given by mean coil diameter divided by wire diameter respectively. For it may be for outer spring and it may be for inner spring. Okay. So it was all about concentric spring. Thank you.